Hello and welcome back to Digital Asset Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Central bank digital money won't replicate cash, Sweden's Riksbank says. It would be misguided to expect cash-like features of a central bank digital currency, according to one of the monetary authorities furthest ahead in exploring such a system. So Sweden's Riksbank, which has done more research than most in exploring the feasibility of a digital currency, says users won't be able to act anonymously in the same way they can with banknotes, according to the report they had released. Another thing, too, with Stellar, the February 2021, their monthly release, their updates and their roundup, as they would call it. The USDC went live on the Stellar network, and that was a pretty exciting moment because Circle and the Stellar Development Foundation, SDF, had announced that USDC is live on the Stellar network. Also, too, a few other things we want to get into, and if you're interested in further researching all of the details, feel free to click the link in the description below, as we do include every article we discuss in video. They went into the state of stablecoins and how they invested another $5 million into Wire, explain how they mint Stellar USDC, discussion with LightNet Group, Velo Labs, and Asia Digital Bank to develop cross-border business solutions in Asia. I'm not sure many people realize how massive that actually is, as, again, we like to share the places that we find Ripple and Stellar together. And again, you know, if you're invested in XRP, that Ripple is connected to MoneyGram, and so is Stellar through the LightNet Group. The SEC is taking a major step towards regulating cryptocurrencies. And again, guys, remember, there's always going to be a pro and a con with everything. With the regulations, there may be headaches of taxation and how we have to do the KYC in additional to all of the exchanges that we work with, the way you would do a bank. But again, as we move forward, most of these exchanges are going to be FDIC insured, just like your bank. But again, that will help minimize the Wild West side of being a pioneer in the digital asset world and the digital asset space, as we do get more regulations, because that's what's going to bring in the masses, because they're not going to feel comfortable doing what you and I have done for the past 5 to 10 years. Or if you're a new investor, even recently, though it's much, much easier, is going to be a little uncomfortable for you your first few times, because you're such comfort zone in what you're used to dealing with in your bank. So into the article just a little bit. The SEC's filing alleges that the XRP being a security rather than a currency or whatever else cryptocurrencies claim to be. Thus, it must be subject to the regulations and rules that go with securities. The claim is that Ripple has been issuing XRP coins, raise funds to operate its company. Now, I'm not getting into that because you and I, if you're invested in XRP, understand what's going on. To me, I think quite the opposite of most, where they see this as a bearish thing. I see it as a bullish thing. I know a lot of people are upset with Jay Clayton, but I think it has actually been a good thing, because now it's forcing the issue, as he exited the SEC, throwing out this allegation. It forces the hand on the new incoming administration for these guys to come in and say, yes, it is, or no, it isn't. And like Mary Jo White said recently, and we discussed in a previous video, basically that she believes this ruling is wrong on many levels. And I think the SEC will agree too, but I think it's going to force the regulatory issue at hand to move forward, just like Libra did for the cryptocurrency space as well. That's my perspective. Now, the next article, regulation and cross-border cryptocurrency payments. How is the international adoption changing the rules of the game? And into the article just a little bit, in 2020, there was a paradigm shift around the world towards the adoption of cryptocurrencies, and many central banks have publicly stated their intention to launch or at least explore sovereign digital currencies. The move is significant for the crypto and blockchain ecosystem as it adds credence to the idea that this new asset class is here to stay. And that's really just the point that I wanted to bring forward on that discussion. And on the Cointelegraph Top 100, Denelle Dixon, the CEO and Executive Director of the Stellar Development Foundation, was listed and placed in position of number 31. And again, it's just a quick update, but I want to remind you it's not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only. And before we go, as always, I want to leave you with a final thought. You must tell yourself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm going to make it. And if you've ever surfed, especially in, for example, a hurricane swell or El Nino, it's almost something that you tell yourself mentally after each wave to get back out. And you do. As long as you don't quit, you keep paddling, keep duck diving, you're going to make it outside. And I think that's a good analogy of life. Sometimes we get beat and pounded by the swell, but as long as we keep coming back up and taking a breath and keep moving forward, keep paddling back out, we're going to get outside and we're going to catch some amazing rides in. And before we go, I want to say thank you to our VIP Patreons, Surf and Gary Davidson. Hey, much love to all of you. We will catch you in the next one.